never die unless we stop calling their names. Try this name on for size, 5-month-old Zen. I recently did a broadcast about how to navigate the holidays, how to handle grief during the holidays. And I walked through sharing some pointers from me. I'm not a trained grief counselor, but I am a human being. So I shared some of my points and some tips and what I thought were helpful hints. Then I, in another broadcast, asked a few of my friends to come. We chatted and we had a conversation about how to navigate grief. Shortly after that broadcast, I heard about someone who was trending. And he was trending for a number of reasons. Some of you may already seen this and heard this, but Nick Cannon was trending. And in particular, he was trending because his 5-month-old son died. And here I am, having just done a broadcast. And the death did not necessarily resonate with me only because I had just done a broadcast about how to navigate the holidays while dealing with grief. Death is overwhelming all by itself. But when you compound that with the death of a child, make that even more complex with the death of a child during the holidays, and you have a recipe for emotional disaster. When a husband or a wife dies, the remaining spouse is called a widow or a widower. When a parent dies, the children, particularly young children, are called orphans. My vocabulary is not the most extensive or expansive, but I have yet to encounter a word that defines a parent when a child dies. Probably because it is so unfathomable that a parent has to bury a child. So I want to tell you why this 5-month-old Zen, why his death resonated with me. I mentioned that Nick Cannon was trending for several reasons. This is why he trends for me. This is why I took the time to do this. Nick is my Howard University fellow Bison, my HU Bison brother. And I don't know if he will ever get this message, but Nick, I wanted you to know that your son's death resonates for me because I've just spent all of this time, so much time, dealing with my father's death, my aunt's death, several relatives' death, and then trying to help others navigate grief over the holidays, man. And then you, my Bison brother, for you to lose your son right here in the midst of the holidays, my heart goes out to you. May you forever call his name. May you forever write songs about him. May you forever manage to infuse him in the scripts that you write. Love never dies. And for all of us who are dealing with grief, I suspect we will deal with it for the rest of our lives. And I've decided to give this thing called grief. I think in my vernacular, I want to give it a new nomenclature. I want to call it lingering love. It helps me to digest it a little better, to know that the broken pieces in there can still keep loving for as long as I live. My hope is that we give people, whether they are private figures or public figures, my hope is that we give people the space to be kind to themselves while they grieve. My hope is that we give them the space to navigate how they need to navigate. There is no manual for doing this. There is no prescriptive, no prescriptive or codified set of rules for how to deal with death. Neither is there a set of rules about how to say what you need to say, about what to do. Sometimes people say, all I can do is be there. All I can do is to be a shoulder to cry on or ear to listen. To Nick and so many others who are dealing with death, I just want to say I'm sorry. Death for me is the thing that comes to strip us of power. It comes to, for the brother, it comes to emasculate. For the strong, it comes to obliterate. For those who have a certain kind of constitution, it comes to eviscerate and never to rehabilitate. It is the thing that I hate. So I want to share this. I hate what comes to eviscerate. And even if the words don't necessarily prick your heart or resonate with you, may the spirit of the words lift you as you know and come to realize that there are those of us who are wishing you the best as you navigate these holidays without your loved ones, as you try to make yourself okay with not being okay. Be kind to yourself as you give you the self-therapy that you need, want, and deserve. 2 words. They seem to do injustice for grief and mourning and death, but please know they come from my heart. I hate what comes to eviscerate. To my brother Nick, in the loss of his son, I'm sorry for the son that you will no longer hold. Sorry for the young life that will never grow old. I'm sorry that you have to go through it. Sorry that you are forced to endure it. I'm sorry that you have to say goodbye. Sorry that the world has to watch as you cry. I'm sorry for this thing that we call grief. This thing that leaves us in inestimable disbelief. I'm sorry about this thing that I personally hate. This thing that comes with a vengeance, only to eviscerate. I'm sorry for the agony that death releases, as it forces you to now love through broken pieces. I'm sorry for the dreams that your son will never dream. Sorry for the songs that he would never get to sing. I'm sorry for the years that you will never know. Sorry for the young branch that will no longer grow. I'm sorry that I have to say, I'm sorry. May we all be lifted by the thought that others are truly concerned with what we now have to identify as a new norm. They never died until we stop calling their names. May we always call their names. And my brother Nick Cannon, I start by calling the name of your 5-month-old son, Zen. May he forever live in your heart, my brother.